Hi everyone, welcome to this lesson. This is Saurav, and first of all, congratulations if you have made it this far, because today we'll be learning our very first song. So let's do it. So to start practicing shifting between the chords of the song, first look at the first two lines of the song. As you can see over the screen, it is तुझसे ही तो मिली है राहत and so on. So on the first line, just above the lyrics, you can see the chord that is G, C, E minor and D. Okay, so we'll just have to focus on these chords. The first and second line, share the same set of chords, that is G, C, E minor and D. And how we'll shift between them, that you will have to learn. So first we have to move from G chord to the C chord, as after G comes the C chord in the progression. For this, what we'll do is we'll hold the G chord, but instead of holding or keeping all the fingers at once, we'll just put fingers one by one while giving the downstroke on the right hand. So it is, we'll put first finger on the 5th string 2nd fret of the G shape, we'll give one downstroke, and then second finger downstroke, third finger downstroke, and then one more downstroke. So we have to keep the count of 4 on all the downstrokes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can practice it enough so that you get control over this. Then you can move to the C chord. We'll move in the same manner. We'll put our first finger on the C chord on this shape, just first finger down, second finger, second down on the right hand, third finger, third down, and just one more downstroke. So you can practice on the C chord as well, again and again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is just to practice, but when we'll move from G to C, we'll move it like this. We'll just give 4 downstrokes and we'll move to the next chord. So we start from G chord. It is first finger, second, third, fourth, C chord, first finger, second finger, third finger, and then one more downstroke. So you can practice that again and again. Let's practice it for just one more time. Starting from G chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, move to C, 1, 2, 3, 4. So after that, we'll have to move to the E minor chord and then to D major chord. Okay, so we are here at the C major chord, then we'll move to E minor. For this, we'll have to just put our second finger on the 2nd fret 5th string, and then our third finger on the 4th string 2nd fret. So we were at the C, so we'll then move second finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, and then on the second downstroke we'll just put third finger, and on the rest of the 2 downstroke we'll just hold this and we'll give 2 downstroke, so as to keep the count of 4. So it will be 1, 2, and then 3 and 4, and then we'll move to D major chord. It will be index finger, then second finger, then third finger, and then one more downstroke. So starting from E minor to D, it will be like first, second, and third, and fourth, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So let's start it from G chord. Okay, we'll do this for 2 times: G, C, E minor, D, then again G, C, E minor, D. As you know, first 2 lines we have these chords. Okay, so we'll start 1, 2, 3 and start. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then last our D chord, 1, 2, 3. One more time, 1, 2, 3, 4, shift, 1, 2 and 3, 4, E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4 and our last E major chord. So this was the first two lines on downstrokes, and if you are struggling to shift between the chords, what you can do, you can just separate out two chords. For instance, you can take G and C and you can practice them back and forth again and again. Then take E minor and D, practice them, and then later on you can combine G, C and E minor, D together. Okay, and what you can do at starting, just take any one chord and practice on that again and again, just the 4 downstrokes. Like if you have G chord, you can practice 1, 2, 3 and 4, and again lift all the fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can practice that again and again. Then move to C chord. So that will help you get the control over each of the chord while putting fingers one at a time. When you are comfortable in individual chords, then play G, C, E minor, D. Okay, so these are the first two lines. Then we'll move to the other lines. Okay, so the next two lines are starting from the lyrics Mera man kehne laga. So for this we'll use chords G, E minor, C and D. The order is a bit different now. Earlier we were playing G major, C major, E minor and D, and now we'll be playing G major, E minor, C major and D major. The song uses just these two progression mostly all over it. So let's look at the second progression. So we'll start from G major chord, just the same way as we did earlier. We'll be moving or putting fingers one by one. Okay, so G major, we'll put index finger at the 5th string 2nd fret, then 2nd finger, 3rd finger, and then 1 more. Then we'll move to E minor chord, 1, 2 and 2 downstroke, 3 and 4, and C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our D major chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at it again. G, E minor, C and D. This time I'll be playing very slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and play it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Third chord C major. 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one D. We'll be playing one more time from G. 1, 2, 3, 4, shift, 1, 2, 3, 4 and shift to C, 1, 2, 3, 4 and to T. So this was the second progression that you have to practice, and don't bother if you are not getting clear sound like this. It will come with practice and time. Okay, so now in this section we'll be learning to sing and play our first song on the downstroke, and I hope you are very excited for this. So let's do it. So we start from the G chord, as you can see over the screen. First let me just play you once for you. Hear it carefully. तुझसे ही तो मिली है राहत, तू ही तो मेरी है राहत, तुझसे ही तो जुड़ी जिंदगी, तेरी यादें हैं कुछ अधूरी, सांस आधी है कुछ है पूरी, आँखों में है कैसी ये नमी, मेरा मन कहने लगा पास आके न तू दूर जा, छूने दे होंठ तेरे जरा सपनों में अपनी बसा So now let's break it down. So let's look at the first line. We'll be using the chords G major, C major, E minor and D major. The lyrics you can see over the screen. So we'll be giving 4 downstrokes on each chord and we'll be moving fingers one by one as we did earlier. And make sure you have practiced that lesson enough, then only you will be able to play it comfortably. Otherwise you may find it a bit difficult. So if you have not practiced that much, so I suggest you go back to that lesson, practice that enough, then come to this lesson. Okay? So we'll start like this. So on the G chord, the lyrics will be तुझसे ही तो मिली है राहत. One more time. तुझसे ही तो मिली है राहत. Then we move to C chord. तू ही तो मेरी है चाहत. We're just giving 4 downstrokes on each chord. We just gave 4 on G and then 4 on C. Let's play it again. तुझसे ही तो मिली है राहत, तू ही तो मेरी है चाहत. And then we'll be playing E minor and D major. So it will be तुझसे ही तो मिली है राहत, तू ही तो मेरी है चाहत, तुझसे ही तो जुड़ी जिंदगी. Let's look at it again very slowly. तुझसे ही तो मिली है राहत, तू ही तो मेरी है चाहत, तुझसे ही तो जुड़ी जिंदगी. And in a similar way, we'll play the second line. तेरी यादें हैं कुछ अधूरी, सांस आधी है कुछ है पूरी, आँखों में है कैसी ये नमी. So if you are struggling with it, I suggest go back, practice this thing without singing. Just G, C, E minor, D on just downstroke. Once you get comfortable with that, then only try to add the vocals to it. Otherwise, it will be much difficult to combine both of the things. Okay? So let's look at this again. तुझसे ही तो मिली है राहत, तू ही तो मेरी है चाहत, तुझसे ही तो जुड़ी जिंदगी. तेरी यादें है कुछ अधूरी, सांस आधी है कुछ है पूरी, आँखों में है कैसी ये नमी. And then the next section is मेरा मन कहने लगा, and here we'll be using the chord G, E minor, C and D. This is the progression. So first progression was G, C, E minor, D, and second is G, E minor, C and D. So let's look at it. So we'll be doing the same thing, 4 downstrokes on each of the chords, and we'll be shifting the fingers one by one. Okay? So मेरा मन कहने लगा, पास आके न तू दूर जा, छूने दे होंठ तेरे, जरा सांसों में अपनी बसा. Let's play it one more time. So it will be मेरा मन कहने लगा, पास आके न तू दूर जा, छूने दे होंठ तेरे, सपनों में अपनी बसा. So just practice this section, the first and the second section. Then we'll sing this part where there is a bit of humming. The progression is same: G, E minor, C and D. So it is and that's it for now. So now let's look at the next section. You can see over the screen. Now we'll be singing the lyrics. Tujhe apna bana lo. Okay? So it will be, the chords are G, E minor, C and D. Okay? So it will be Tujhe apna bana loon. So how we are starting is, we are not starting the vocals from the first downstroke. We are just starting somewhere close to the second. So it will be तुझे अपना बना लूं, तुझे तुझसे चुरा लूं, तुझे खुद में छुपा लूं साहिबा. So one more time, I just play very slow this time. तुझे अपना बना लूं, तुझे तुझसे चुरा लूं, तुझे खुद में छुपा लूं साहिबा. एक मुझ पे करम हो, तू ही मेरा सनम हो, तेरी मुझ पे नजर हो साहिबा. So what you can do is, you can go back to this section and watch that again, so that will help you. Let me just play you one more time these two lines very slowly. तुझे अपना बना लूं, तुझे तुझसे चुरा लूं, तुझे खुद में छुपा लूं साहिबा. एक मुझ पे करम हो, तू ही मेरा सनम हो, तेरी मुझ पे नजर हो साहिबा. And then the next lines will be using chords G, C, E minor, D, and on the next line the same chords. So मर मैं जाऊंगा रह न पाऊं, गम जुदाई का सह न पाऊं, है तुझे प्यार का वास्ता. One more time, very slowly. मर मैं जाऊंगा रह न पाऊं, गम जुदाई का सह न पाऊं, है तुझे प्यार का वास्ता. तेरी यादें हैं कुछ अधूरी, सांस आधी है कुछ है पूरी, आँखों में है कैसी ये नमी. रात के चांद तले आगोश में मेरे तू आ, बाहों में ले लो मुझे, जरा सपनों में अपने बसा. So this is your first song. We have just played the vocals over the downstrokes. So what we have to do is practice this enough. Just keep rewinding the videos if you feel any doubt over any section. Okay, I hope you got this well, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Take care.